Hello and welcome to this week's 7 News. Today is Palm Sunday and it marks Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem when the people greeted him by waving palm leaves. Let's refresh our relationship with Jesus by inviting him to reign as King in our lives, as the scripture tells us. Please buy a palm cross in the foyer for a minimum donation of £1. All money raised will support the vital work at the Noah's Ark Children's Hospice, which helps children and young people with life-threatening and life-limiting conditions in North London.
I'd been out for my birthday. The next day, Katie just wasn't right within herself. By the evening, her temperature hadn't gone down, so I decided to take her to our local A&E. She was diagnosed with ALL, leukemia, and our world fell apart.
I still remember the look of horror and fear on the midwife's face, and she realised in that split moment that there was a cord around Ellie's throat.
Pedro was 13, he had bone cancer in his skull. When school finished for Christmas, he finished as well, and that's when he came home and rested until he passed away.
The thing to do is to make that path for him as easy as possible, and to let him know that he's loved, which of course he is.
She wasn't the Katie that we had, since birth. She had changed. The drugs had made her very angry, and she started drawing in black, and she wouldn't use any colours. That's when somebody said, "You need to speak to Noah's Ark."
Many families have never heard of a hospice, or if they have, they can be frightened of what it's about and is it all to do with children dying. So I visit them to hear what their worries are.
You forget that you're a couple, you forget you've got, sad enough, you forget that you've got 3 other children.
People couldn't come round, we didn't see our friends, we couldn't go away.
Well, we knew from the very beginning that there was a massive gap between the needs of these families and the care available to them. We had to do something about it.
Our family support volunteers work with families in their own homes. They might help with transport, they might be an extra pair of hands, do play activities with the children, or be there as a befriender to offer a listening ear.
The specialist carers are trained in nasogastric feeding, gastrostomy feeding, to administer emergency medication in the event of a seizure. Often families have huge amounts of equipment for moving their child, hoists, different aids to enable them to bath or shower, different types of beds, sleep systems, and the specialist carers are there to be able to use all of those things.
I knew who to access from Noah's Ark and what for, and that really made things a lot easier because they do know what us parents go through. They do know.
The services during Easter week will deepen your understanding of the wonderful news that Jesus loved us so much he died for us and rose again to bring us everlasting life. So come along to the Good Friday service on the 29th of March from 7 to 9 p.m. to reflect on how much sin and wrongdoing pained Jesus. Come along on Easter Sunday the 31st of March at 9 a.m, at 11:30 a.m. and at 6 p.m. to celebrate that Jesus rose again to conquer death and give us access to the Father through him. For all information on Easter events happening in the local community, please visit www.easterinbarnet.com. Is there anyone you're worried about who hasn't been in church much lately? We tried to find out if they're okay through the Angel Network. Fill out an Angel Network card with their details. You can find the form in the seat pockets in front of you, or you can also do this online at www.jesushouse.org.uk. Well, that's it for this week's 7 News. For information on everything that's happening in church, please pick up a weekly bulletin and visit the Jesus House website. From me and from the 7 News team, God bless and have a fantastic week.